going to heaven, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, you're hoping to go to heaven.
Pray
right?
God, yeah.
And you're going to live in eternity, right?
Yeah.
And believers of any kind of faith across the world think that same thing.
Yeah.
Why, if they have that in their heart and they know it, why do they bring themselves down to such human levels of all these petty things that really don't matter in that big picture? You're with God, your eternity. Our life is this.
Yeah.
I grapple with that.
There's always, so when I was in the seminary, I studied in Rome for about 5 years. In Italian, the expressions was già ma non ancora, like already but not yet. So like we already embrace these truths of the faith and we know an eternal destiny awaits, but not yet. Always this reality that we live in of kind of our heavenly homeland and the future that awaits and the spiritual realm that is not revealed to us entirely in kind of the natural realm, along with kind of the practicalities right here and now. So I think, and this might be slightly, I might be recasting it slightly, but for example, my job is to get myself to heaven and bring as many people with me as I can. I mean, that's my goal. But in addition to that, you don't want to develop something that says that because that's the goal, that what you're doing here and now isn't aware of the world in which we live. So positively expressed is if I was only concerned about that and I wasn't living out my faith in the here and now by doing what we call the works of mercy, by being loving and kind and charitable and creating apostolates and Catholic charities and having food pantries and grief counseling programs, and that I would be ignoring the needs of those who are around me. And so, that would be not what God has called us to do. So sometimes this is a real basic image, but sometimes at the school masses we sometimes talk about our vertical relationship with God. We should kind of think of the cross going here, like me and God. And God's everywhere, but we kind of think of God above.
Right.
And then the horizontal, which is our relationship with each other. And so a way to kind of think of the cross, even the 10 Commandments, the first 3 talk about our relationship with God, and then the next 7 talk about our relationship with each other, infused by that. So there's this sense of like, I always want to be dialed into the Lord's will in my life, but I know I have to express that in my relationship with others. So positively put, I think a unique contribution. Catholics aren't alone in this, but I think our record in everything from healthcare and educational apostolates in our schools and our universities and our charitable outreach is expansive, because we really, really take seriously, whatsoever you do for the least of my brothers and sisters, you do unto me. So I wouldn't want us to solely think about the heavenly realities, that as the goal, and obviously, where we all want to be headed and bring others with us, and then kind of ignore the needs. But if you're talking about like kind of the I don't know, maybe like the petty stuff or the things that just distract you, I think a lot of people can be sucked into things that are really transitory and passing, and they just are not of any eternal consequence. And listen to voices, and we get in fights over things that are pretty inconsequential and distracting.